Hello, guys. Those in love. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, so this is meant for you guys. This is meant for us, especially those who are in love.
Yeah.
True love. Because there's some who are forcing love, of course. But I don't think. Are we, babe?
No, I'm not.
Mm-hmm. You, you have hate for yourself, eh? Anyway, she has something to tell you today. It's not me who is talking about anything.
Mm.
She suggested a topic. So if it becomes hot,
Mm-hmm.
you know who to deal with, not me.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about best friends, like different sex best friends.
Opposite sex best
Oh,
friends.
yes, opposite.
You said what different sex best friends. It's okay. You always laugh at my English. Today's my day. It's fine. Well,
Mm.
as she said, we're going to talk about opposite sex, different sex, girl. Hey, best
Best
friends.
friends,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, before we delve into the topic, into the
Mm-hmm.
discussion, and today I'm sure it's not going to take long. Start thinking about it. Just say what you have to say in the comment section. Do you have a best friends? And how do you operate with your best friend? And how does your partner take your best friend or entertain your best friend? That is if you have one. Well, it's coming back to us as well because we're asking you the same questions that we're asking one another here. Babe, do you have the
Mm-hmm.
best friend?
Yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm.
He's right next to me.
Ah, okay. We are talking about best friends
Oh, oh,
which are not us. I know you're my
okay.
best friend and I am yours too.
Mhm.
But right now, let's not beat around the bush. I know you have one. Mm-hmm.
Who is it?
I know. Anyway.
um, oh, maybe Sima.
We said opposite
Opposite
sex.
sex I don't have.
Babe. All
Yes, I
right.
don't have.
Mm-hmm. We'll discuss this off the
Apart from
script.
you, I don't have.
Okay. But he's a friend, not a best friend.
Yeah.
Uh, so in other words, you're saying the word best friend should not exist
In
when you're
me,
in love.
in my one.
No, like
Mm,
okay, because for me, what we're saying is like
mm,
I know people who have best friends. In fact, me, I used to have one. I will tell you later more about that
mm,
in during the discussion, of course. And yeah, maybe it's because also I was not in a serious relationship, so I don't know.
mm-hmm.
But out there, people have best friends, especially here in Kenya. I've noticed people they have best friends, and
Mm.
their best friend can just come from nowhere and hug your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and you're like, "Hey, bro, this is my girl." Maintain the
Ah.
distance.
Mm.
And how would you feel? I remember one day you almost swallowed me alive, only because a classmate had intruded our time. You remember that?
No, I actually
There was a
don't.
day we went out for lunch,
Mm.
and that lunch it was never even bought. Remember when I told you she's my classmate from school, from photography, what, when she came from, and she hugged me, like, "Ah."
Oh, I remember. I
Mm-hmm.
remember
Now
that.
imagine if I tell you that's my best, that's my best friend.
It's because I found it a bit strange.
But imagine it. I think it depends on the culture, though. Um, so you mean okay? For example, for you, why don't you have a best friend who is a guy?
I don't really see the need to.
Why?
I I don't know. I okay. I don't know I don't know. I've never really had a best friend who is a guy.
You are missing the experience, eh?
Most
Bestie.
most of my best friends have been girls. Like in primary, it used to be someone called Princess, and then in high school, it was Sima, Karen, and
All
yeah.
right. So even in primary and secondary, you never had a bestie who
Oh,
is a boy.
no, no.
Well, that's nice. Okay, but for example,
Mm,
okay, maybe before we go to that question, for me, honestly speaking, I had in high school,
mm,
I had One, of course, those were like I had best friends, and amongst them
Mm-hmm.
was one lady. She was called Nyasha. Nyasha means grace. I think you know that already. Then with another guy who was called Pride. Yeah, and the three of us used to convince one another, like to encourage one another. I want to be an advocate. I want to be a lawyer. This and that. And by the way, since then, that's how. I think she's one of the few people who gave me that nickname, Taflo. Do you know that nickname? You don't know?
I know you.
Uh-huh.
I know.
She's the one among us the people who initiated that name. Yeah, but after high school, uh, not high school, secondary school in Zimbabwe, we have secondary and high school. After secondary school, which is up to Form 4, we went our ways.
Mm.
We talked some, I think 2022. She actually finished the school. I think she's married now, but by then she wasn't. Yeah,
Mm.
but by then also I think it's because I was not in love, so there was no one to that she would be competing with, and there was no one giving me pressure like, why do you call her your best friend? It's this and that and that and that, right? Then when again, then after, yeah, during high school, there was this lady. She's now married, although she still considers me. Is it considers or consider? Come on, don't look at me like that
Sorry,
now.
sorry. I was just confused. I was just listening.
Yes, that's what I'm asking.
Mm.
Correct my English if I'm missing, if I'm
Mm.
misfiring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was my best friend
Mm.
when after high school. And what happened? It happened. Then we parted ways. I came here. We parted ways. You know, I think now she's married. Then I came to high school. When I came to uni, honestly, I had never had a best friend. In as much as I might have had ladies around me, close to me, I don't think there was any of them whom I considered my best friend until now. And as I said, yes, you are my best friend, but we are talking about the other friendship, which is not the one we are right now. So, for you, if I'm to ask
Mm-hmm.
you a question,
Yes.
why would you not want to have a best boyfriend, or rather, yeah,
A best friend who is a guy.
or else, let me ask you the
Mm.
opposite side of the question. Why
Mm.
would you not tolerate my best girl friend?
Okay, let me answer both questions.
Mm-hmm.
Why I wouldn't consider a guy my best friend is because I really cherish having nice female friendships, and I think that a female or a girl or a woman, a
Mm-hmm.
lady understands me better because they are able to have deeper conversations with me in regarding to what I am going through, how I'm feeling,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes because of a guy doesn't really get to understand you in that way,
Mm-hmm.
because a female is able to understand me because probably we're going through the same thing, we're feeling the same way.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes some people can be good guy best friends. It's
Mm-hmm.
genuine and they genuinely care, and they genuinely just you just genuinely understand each other. And then why I don't tolerate best friends in romantic relationships
Mm-hmm.
is because sometimes it
By the way, before you go there to the other part of the don't
mm,
you also think? Because I remember very well when I used to have best friends
mm,
in high school. Okay, not only best friends, but even girlfriends who were around me. I feel like I took that time to know more about ladies, and also to let them know more about us guys. I remember very well how I used to tell them openly how guys can be deceitful, how
mm,
guys can be ruthless, and they can just waste you and everything. Because I was so free to them as their friend, and there was nothing I could hide. So, don't you think
mm,
also, in as much as you say you want friends who are ladies around you as your best friends, because they understand how you go through what you go through, and you feel the same, you experience the same and everything. But
mm,
also, isn't it important, because that's why you find that you and your best friend, sometimes you end up going into the ditch because you don't know what is happening on the other side. So
yeah,
for me, on that one also, I feel like if also having a boyfriend,
mm,
boyfriend, not as in love, but boyfriend, as a boyfriend.
You
It
know,
helps you to know the other side. That is also now maybe when there's no uh what do you call it? When there's no electricity between you.
yeah, that's true. But for me, anything I ever wanted to know about guys, I honestly got, because I have three brothers, and so I
Uh-huh.
have
So
three
your brothers
brothers,
are the best friends.
and imagine, and you know what's funny?
Now
I
I
love
know.
my brother so much, and I
Mm-hmm.
didn't grow up with a sister, and so I think maybe in all my entire life, I always wanted to have a sister, someone who wants to share things. What I didn't have growing up. I didn't
Mm.
have a sister, so I just wanted. Oh my god, my best friend has to be a girl. We have to, not even has to be. It just ended up always like that. It was a girl.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and yeah, we.
Now I
I'm
get
here.
you. Now I get you. It's because you grew up with brothers.
Yeah.
So it seems like
Mm.
you. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. But is it everything that you share with the brothers also? Because for me, I feel like you would need one at one point of time. But anyway, I understand you. You can
Mm.
go ahead and say what you wanted to say on the other side now. Why don't you tolerate best boyfriends? I
Oh,
mean,
for
best bestie of opposite sex. So on my
um
side, why wouldn't you tolerate me having a best girlfriend?
it's because I think it's just generally not. Sometimes it causes trust issues.
Mm-hmm.
For example, when you spend a lot of time with your best friend and me and us, that the people involved
Mm-hmm.
directly in the relationship are not having time for each other.
Mm-hmm.
But it becomes easy because for some reason best friends always know what to say. They always know what to, like, they always know what to tell you, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes your partner might not be doing that, and so you might end up spending a lot of time with them, a lot of conversations, and that might cause trust issues in the relationship. Then also, um
But wait a moment. Trust issues. So that one now, is it me and my best friend's problem, or now is you
my
and your trust
submission.
issues, or
Mm,
whosoever? Let's say it's you and your best friend. Now it's me with my trust issues. So I feel like now it simply means your relationship is the foundation. You are not really sure if this person is the person you can trust. And for
mm,
example, you found these people together, and you really know these guys were not dating,
mm.
and nothing happens between them. I found them the way they were, and she even vied for me to be in this relationship. She is even supporting the relationship. But or is it naturally that way? Like you feel insecure and everything.
No, it's not that because
Because
be,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
it's not that because I don't know. It's just also I think it depends on someone's background though. If let's say you grow up, you
Mm,
didn't see when you see that the relationships you grow up seeing, they create a kind of like foundation for your future relationships.
mm,
For example, if you saw your parents' marriage and how it was, it
mm-hmm,
might have been had its ups and downs or
mm,
something because no relationship is perfect.
mm-hmm.
But if you saw how things were and you never saw a best friend there, or oh my god, that's my father's best friend, oh
Mm-hmm.
that's my mother's best friend, you get to not see that, like, what, how does it come about that this person
Generations
and this
differ. We are in
person.
generation Z and Alpha. You know.
But yeah, so I took some time to like wonder, like, what's really going on, because as I said, hadn't had that kind. I hadn't seen it before. It was a shock to me that a guy and a girl can be best friends, and so
Hmm.
I found it a bit hard to you know understand.
All right.
Mm.
All right.
And you?
Okay. For me, honestly, as you said,
Mm.
it depends. For example, if I found you with your best friend, and maybe everything is clear, that you guys, there's nothing between you,
Mm.
you know, and also me, I trust you.
Mm.
I don't think there's any issue to some extent. In as much as yes, I need to be very careful because as I always tell you, a human being is a human being. Um, Anything can happen. Which is the reason why I feel like, okay, what you're saying, the side that you are, it's okay. It's good to stay safe and just know this guy is, there's no one who is so close to him. Because now, for example, as I said, when I have a best boyfriend or a girlfriend, sometimes she can give me tips, how to make you happy. By the way, that's another aspect. I know normal friends can give you, some girls can give you, but I feel like relationships, in as much as
Mm.
sorry, it also depends with
Mm.
how well versed are you when it comes to these things of dating and everything.
Mm.
But suppose I am more experienced in dating, I have some good experience, and you don't have, right? Then we are always quarreling. Do you know some in such a scenario, your best boyfriend can help you better because now he knows, he can even give you tips. You know what? I think you are not meeting his expectations here and here. I know that is the problem because maybe sometimes also me, I'm not communicating to you what are my expectations and how I want to do things. For example, when was that? I'm trying to find a good example.
Mm.
I might be dating you, and I don't know much about dating and everything. And a girl, maybe I tell her, hey, my girlfriend is always asking about flowers, but that doesn't matter. Imagine buying flowers for 2 days and they wither, and I've lost 1,000 or 1,500. Then she tells you, hey, my friend, let me tell you one thing. Girls will love those small, small things. Even if we love that, it's even better than you taking me out. So sometimes you find out those besties, they give you the tips on how to handle your girl and how to meet her expectations. But that
Mm.
only applies when there are no other intentions, because also besties can be crooked. That is for real. So I feel like if the relationship is genuine, they can be beneficial. By the way, they can be beneficial. However, now, for example, now if you it's on the other side.
Mhm.
Now you can go and tell them this and this and this and this. This guy, he can't even do this to me. This guy, he can't do this for me, this and that. And he can now use that to lure you and to seduce you because now he knows what you are missing, what you want, and what you are not being given, and how you are not being attended to as per expectations. So for me, my answer is multi-directional,
Mm.
multifaceted. Do you
Mm.
understand that?
Yeah, it means
Multifaceted.
it
Come
it
on.
means the you believe in it, you don't believe in it, like you're.
I need to check you sometimes with our IR English, yeah? Do you
Mm-hmm,
have
that's
such in
right.
accounting? No, you don't have.
No, we don't have.
Before you start telling me investments and what is it? And leaseholds.
What?
Anyway, yeah, so for me, that's
Mm,
what I believe
mm,
in. Like, you you gain.
mm.
That is if the friendship is real and there are no intentions.
Yeah. But I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I've never, okay, in my experience, I don't think I've ever had someone maybe call them my best friend and it wasn't not genuine. Like, I feel like it's all not genuine
Mm-hmm.
because maybe they're just trying to hide something, like maybe some feelings,
But
maybe
imagine there
some.
are sometimes, okay, I said I was going to tell you this. There's
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, as you said, for example, in high school, after my high
Mm-hmm.
school, I had the best until I even came to Kenya. Um, this best of mine, we grew up together from the rurals. Our parents, our guardians, a, pa-
Mm-hmm.
a parent, a parents, and my guardian. We're so close. In fact, it seems like we're kind of related. So she used to know about all my relationships in high school, what, everything. She's even need to foster them and, something like that. Then it came a time that we thought, okay, maybe it was my wrong move. I started feeling like we are compatible. Trust me, we tried it, it did not work. I think we did it for a few weeks and we just agreed, you know what?
Weeks.
We are good as best friends.
Mm.
This other part of it, it doesn't work. So you see now, someone like that, you were friends, you tried something, it didn't work. Then you go back to friendship. Now it simply means you know us, we are good when we are friends. This other party doesn't. So I feel like in such a scenario now, such a person who is not a threat to your relationship, because definitely it refused to work. You then maybe just discover, you know what, we are meant to be the way we are, not otherwise. So for me, that's what I think. Like, in as much as it's not genuine, yeah, most of the best friends, by the way, they are not genuine. They are not genuine. So you might find out that maybe the guy you are saying your best friend, he had an intention. And usually, as we are talking right now, sometimes people they build friendships. I saw that here in Kenya. They believe much in building friendship. Then it accumulates to
To
dating.
some.
Exactly. So now in such a situation, it's very tricky to to really figure out if this is a best friend or the guy have some intentions or the lady has some intentions. But trust me, in Zimbabwe, I feel like if someone is offering to be your best friend, there are no intentions. As I said to you the other time, in Zimbabwe, sorry guys, in Zimbabwe,
Sorry.
when you love someone, you don't need to beat around the bush, starting being friends, what, this and that, I like you. You just go straight to the point. Then if you are going to drag the story, you drag it after telling them, I love you, dear. Then she'll keep on, of course, telling you, I will tell you next week, I will tell you next month, this and that. You keep on pursuing. Of course, they want to also show that they are of value. So I think also now it depends with culture. What you believe in your culture, like how the culture behaves in such a scenario. So that's my take when it comes to best friends. I have problems with that depending on the situation. But also on the other hand, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, yeah. My take is, I think, according to me, I think it's a problem.
Mm-hmm. You don't want me to have another best friend except
No,
you.
it's okay. I think everyone.
No, but there's no need. If it doesn't give you peace, there's no
Mm.
need. Sorry, guys, I don't know whose best friend is poking my ear, my eye.
But if you know that maybe your partner having a best friend hurts them, then you just compromise.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Because of their insecurities.
I don't even think it comes from a point of
If you
insecurity.
trust your boyfriend or if you trust your girlfriend,
Mm.
why don't you let them be?
Yeah. You people trust your partners.
Come on, speak out loud now.
Trust your partners, oh.
Well, I'm trying to figure out like.
Mm.
So for you are saying, let's face reality. Let's not beat around the bush. You wouldn't prefer it to be in that way, right?
No, for me, I don't really.
No, I'm
Mm.
saying if you had to advise people, leave alone that about us.
Mm.
If you had to advise someone out there from a point of view, you wouldn't advise them to tolerate best opposite sex friends, okay, best friends.
Yeah, I think if you don't mind it, then maybe you shouldn't tolerate it or something. But me, I don't believe in it. I don't know. I just don't, and I don't know. I am trying to see where the best way to know your person is to communicate with them. Like, you don't have to listen to someone. What if you see that problem with with knowing your girlfriend
Mm.
or your partner likes flowers from someone else.
Mm.
You'll never know their favorite flower.
If you do
You
it,
The problem with knowing that your person likes flowers from someone else
mm.
is because you'll never ever find out their favorite flower. You won't even find out if they're allergic to flowers. But guess what?
Mm.
Because you're getting advice from someone, as much as it's a fellow lady, it's a fellow woman, it's a fellow girl,
Mm-hmm.
it's good. But we're different people, you know. You may like roses and I like lilies and I like sunflowers, but you I don't know. It's just you just will never know until you communicate with your partner about what they like, what they don't want, and what they want you to do for them. And so yeah. So
All right.
mm,
So, if you quarrel with your boyfriend now, who is going to be a peace broker?
um first of all, I think we should do better and last time I said people the best people to give you advice about a relationship are people who are married and they're close to you. I remember in that video I talked about it. And ask your parents, have a conversation with them about these things, and
Hey,
ask
African did
your.
African parents.
I'm talking about people who are above 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. By the way, our channel is not really for people who are teenagers. We're talking about people who are above 20 or even above 20, at least 23, at least 22. You have a serious conversation with people who you know have been in good relationships, happy, healthy relationships, and ask them how they did it. Don't go around befriending people, befriending all that. Me personally, I don't think it adds any value in your life,
Mm-hmm.
because the best way to know about your partner, and if you have an argument with a person, why don't you communicate with them? You don't have to involve third parties and make them choose and make them validate what you did in that on inter argument, because that's just what it is. If I tell my guy best friend that I'm arguing with this one, and then he's like, but he doesn't deserve you, why does he what, all that stuff, it doesn't help anything.
Now he starts clearing his path there, bit by
It
bit.
doesn't help anything. Then the one is like, oh my god, no, you should do this, you should get her flowers. What if the person she's saying get her flowers doesn't even wants you to talk to them, not to buy flowers or what? Flowers mean so much, especially to me, but it's not something to resolve an argument. It's not something
Noted.
to
Mm-hmm.
it's not something to hide anything. Maybe cheating, and then you buy a whole box of a cow of flowers because you want to apologize.
Yeah, I'm going to hire a whole truck.
So yeah, my point is like, if you want to know about your partner, communicate with them. If you want to know how they feel, if you want to understand how they want you to behave in their relationship, communicate. It doesn't really have to take another human being to explain yourself to another person. And if it's like that, then that's a really complicated situation. And good luck to whoever is in that. I wish you the best, but it is really complicated.
Are you really, really wishing them the best, or?
Trust me, I really do.
But
Mm-hmm.
when we were talking, I just
Mm.
started digesting about some things. Like, I feel like your best opposite friends, they might take advantage of your vulnerable times when you come and you're in tears, especially when they were targeting something. Let's say on my side, I have the best girlfriend, and maybe I'm there, I'm so sad, and suppose they were already lasting over you. They
Mm.
can take that advantage and manipulate you during that emotional thingy. I mean, in the name of trying to help you, they hug you, they make you
Mm.
feel good. Maybe you're just from being pushed with your boyfriend or with your girlfriend, and for them, they are
Yeah,
giving you that warm
it's,
thing,
it's gonna be so
So
much.
I feel like it's very
Mm.
tempting, by the way.
Mm.
You're almost convincing me.
Okay, fine.
That we should not have besties opposite sex.
Really,
Mhm.
I'm trying to convince my audience, but
But now it seems like I'm one of your audience.
it's okay.
Eh, yeah, anyway, so that's what I'm saying. I
Mm.
feel like they can also take advantage of you in your vulnerability. So, guys, let's be realistic. I think this is a losing battle. Um, it's at your own risk. Having tolerating best opposite sex friends, okay, best friends,
Mm.
because I think we also started this conversation from the middle. We're supposed to also try to understand who, how does someone actually qualify to be called your best friend, and to what are their boundaries, and
Mm.
why are they different from just normal friends or acquaintances and everything. But
Can I try to answer that?
all right, you want to answer?
Yeah, I
Hmm.
think a person is your best friend when you have similar values and goals. When you want the same, okay, similar, not, of course, you cannot want the same things in life with someone,
Hmm.
but they hold you accountable. Like, for example, when it comes to your Christian journey, when it comes to your physical health journey, your education, they hold you accountable. Where are you going? This is what we should do, this is what we should do, they're the people with similar values according to you, the value of family. So tell me, are there any people you want to tell me about, things like that. Because I feel like that is the most, a best friend is where your friendship is the most genuine, because that's why it says best. You don't have to pretend with them, you don't have to, they are not judging you for the decisions you make, but they hold you accountable for whatever decision you make, bad or good. And so to me, that's a best friend.
Hmm.
And they're honest, very honest with you.
Okay. Uh,
What's a best friend
no,
to
no,
you?
no, no. You have defined it. I don't want to tarnish your description or your definition.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, that's it. Actually, I'd never thought about the real definition of that.
Mm.
So I think
But
for now, I'll go with yours and I'll dig deep.
it's subjective. I think you have your own definition of a best friend.
There's, of course, best friend is just,
Mm.
I feel like it's supposed to be a somehow almost, okay, when it comes to values and ethics and beliefs,
Mm.
it's supposed to be somehow, he or she is supposed to be somehow a clone, your clone. Like you don't have much to explain whenever you do things, like things should just align. When you meet people like normal people, sometimes you need to explain yourself. Why did you do this? Why did you do this? But your best friends, like they know, they can even predict your next move. They can predict they can know what you're thinking. Like they can quickly notice if you are happy or you're not, even if you're faking to be happy,
Mm.
or those people, like it's just like a clone of yourself when it
Yeah.
comes to values and ethics.
But now that's tricky. So why would you be in a relationship when you have a clone out there? You people, you even that.
Hey,
This
hey,
is
hey,
why.
hey, don't
This
hold
is
me to my
why. No, not
definition.
you, my love. You people, if you have a clone out there, date them. Stop wasting people's time. People are having heartbreak talks for 2 hours. Date your best friend and leave other people's children alone, because you'll have to explain to someone else's child, and yet there's someone out there who you're not explaining to. And now you cannot, you're okay, maybe there are supermen out there, there are super ladies, but now how can you have a clone, someone who understands you like nobody's business, and now you want to, oh my god, you're chasing someone else, they're not understanding you, and if the other person ends up falling for you, why are you doing all this? And after you start blaming heartbreaks on the devil, you people,
You are the one who blames on the devil.
you people.
Heartbreaks on the devil.
Yeah, if you have a clone, if you feel someone understands you, just, if you can't marry them,
But
if
there
you
are people,
can't.
babe, as I told you, that lady, as I told you, she was not
Mm,
with any effect, like, I mean, defect. We tried, it
mm,
did not even work. In as much
mm,
as everything was like flowing, we were all extroverts, but why? Now that's the thing. You
mm,
can't be an extrovert and date also an extrovert. I think dating your clone will not work. God made us opposite. So I think that's
mm,
why sometimes now you find that you might be clones in when it comes to values. But there are
Mm.
some other things now, other factors which doesn't affect friendship or which doesn't determine friendship or something,
Yeah,
which you
that's
might be
true.
now looking for out there.
Mm-hmm.
You get it? So, for example, just imagine what is it? A marriage, as I said, or rather a relationship
Mm.
with extroverts or with only introverts. Honestly, that can be something else. I don't think
Mm.
it can be. It can work.
I imagine I think it can. It can. You
Mm.
just set boundaries and then you I don't know. Like it can because I think it can.
Hey, hey.
Yeah, I think it can. Even in as much as most relationships at work are introvert and extrovert, though
Mm.
extrovert can, or even introvert can,
But it's very
because
there.
I'm so sure there are also extrovert introvert relationships that have failed, and you
Of
just
course, now
wonder.
that one is for other topic,
Mm,
adjustment. That is a failed adjustment.
yeah.
Yeah, so that is it, guys. I don't know if you still have something to say. But
No,
as for
I.
me, I am exhausted and I feel
Mm.
like I've emptied myself.
You
And
guys have had a
guys,
long
from our
day.
discussion, you can choose what you want.
Mm.
Keep your best friend, tolerate the best friend, or kick them out. Because what are they still doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are they still doing? I feel like, as you said, having besties, it might actually weaken the relationship to some extent because now you are no longer communicating. Rather, you are going to lament to the best friend, or you are
Mm.
getting advice from, but you are leaving the first-hand information from your
Mm.
partner, going to get advice from the other person whom you don't even know their intentions. In as much as we say we need to trust each other in friendships, I feel
Mm.
like we need to be also very careful because you never know what is the motivation behind that advice, and you might end up finding a relationship in a ditch.
Yeah, that's true. And God hid our hearts, honestly. That's one of our tough papers we have. He hid our hearts, and you can
Yeah.
really never know.
Yeah, my friend, if you could see your heart, you one day you wake up like, bring it. I want to remove this thing. This
Mm.
is what I'm carrying.
Do you think that our hearts are aligned? They're the same. They beat at the same
No,
beat.
no.
Yeah, okay. That's yeah, I don't think so either.
Shout out to the best opposite sex best friends. Shout out
Yeah.
now.
Shout out to you guys.
Anyway, guys. Anyway. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have topics that you want us to discuss together, you can suggest in the comment section, or you can come to the studio and you pour out yourself. If you just want to come with your partner and you start squeezing each other here, we'll give you the space, okay? The
Mm-hmm.
studio will be all yours and we'll be
That's
listening
right.
and just holding the controllers and shifting the microphones
Mm-hmm.
and giving you water.
Exactly.
Only that we will not allow you to fight. We will put you some
Mm-mm.
chains
No
so
fighting.
that there will be no kicking of each other, one another. Anyway, jokes aside, thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bestie, is that what you can only say? Is that all that you is it all that you can say?
Okay, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and for listening to our. I'm so grateful. I hear my friends and even some who are not even in Kenya. They're like, um, I'm going to watch or I've watched. You guys are doing great. And I'm so, even family, and I'm so grateful for all the support. And I hope that this channel grows. You know me, I don't really have I'm not really the kind of person to like to be on media and have myself recorded, but I'm supporting someone, and I guess it's. I'm seeing the progress, so you guys have to
Yes.
support us too. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. We'll support
Thank-
you. Oh, adios, hasta mañana, hasta.
Adios,
Is it?
amigos.
Hasta pronto, right?
Yeah.
Because mañana is not tomorrow. I don't think it's okay.
Mm.
Bye.